What's up, everyone? This is DYANAROZAY. Welcome to my channel. Y'all saw the thumbnail, so you know exactly why you're here. I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. Before we get started, hit your like, subscribe, and your notification bell if you haven't already, because that is how others find me. And of course, you guys, follow me on IG at DYANAROZAY and on Facebook at DYANAROZAY Real Talk. That's a private group. So you're going to have to answer a few questions and answer them correctly in order to be let in. Outside of that, y'all already know I appreciate every single one of you for rocking with me. So let's get started. So, you guys, I want to do a follow-up story on Miss Cynthia Bailey first, because I talked to you guys the other day and I told you Cynthia was sitting down with two T's in a pod to address an accusation that Nene had slung in that interview with Carlos King. She basically alleged that Miss Cynthia Bailey attempted to get her taken off the show and that she had plotted, okay, or conspired even with the other cast members and with production. Okay, production involved with these cast members and their storylines, don't they? Well, anywho, let's get to it. Anyway, she said something super interesting. Number one, I thought that she used Nene's words against Nene the same way Nene said to her. Now, what I mean by that, okay, if y'all remember, there was a Watch What Happens Live where, for whatever reason, Andy Cohen said, "Who do you think need to leave the show?" Okay, this is coming from the man that hires all of them. He asked that question of Nene. Now, some might think it's shady, but sometimes Andy Cohen does. Well, first off, Andy Cohen does a lot of shady stuff that people give him a pass for, and I'm not sure why. But he asked Nene that question, and she dropped Cynthia's name. Okay. And if y'all remember, Cynthia on the reunion stage said, "You tried to get me fired." And Nene said, "I don't have the power to get you fired." He asked me a question and I answered it. So here in this podcast interview, Cynthia played Nene's words against her the same way. She said, "I don't have the power to get someone at Taco Bell fired." That was the first thing. She didn't necessarily say that she didn't conspire to do it. She just said, "I can't get her fired." So there's that. And the other thing she said was that it was Nene's house. She said that basically everybody who watches Real Housewives of Atlanta sees it as Nene's show and that everybody was sitting there because of Nene. So, yeah, it looks like she was basically saying what Andy Cohen said back in 2018. It's the house that Nene built, and that people still recognize the show to be, you know, Nene's show. So y'all can let me know what y'all think about that in the comments, but that's how I heard it. The other thing that I wanted to say is we may be seeing Nene on TV again. The podcast or the YouTube interview that Carlos King did the other day actually received 600,000 views in 3 days. Okay. So, we do the ratings for his other shows all the time. Love and Marriage Huntsville, Bell Collective, Love and Marriage DC and Detroit. And they haven't ranked those numbers. Well, Love and Marriage Huntsville did at once upon a time. However, this interview got 600,000. And when he was asked directly on Dish Nation if he would be willing to carve out a space for Nene on a TV show, he actually said, it's not out of the question. He's actually looking into it, depending on what Nene would like to do. So we will see, you guys. What do y'all think? He did a like a follow-up interview today, or not an interview, but just a follow-up to the interview, where he basically said that Nene was in a better place than she has been in a long time, and that the Nene he spoke to in the interview was very much reminiscent of Nene when he first met her. So he said that he believes that she is ready to move forward with something new. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, okay? Now let's talk DJ Envy, because I really feel like this one right here has got himself caught up. The headline reads that DJ Envy is sued in multiple lawsuits for allegedly committing real estate fraud, which is a crime, okay? That could lead to jail time. But he said that This article goes on to say that he ran off with over $1 million that was intended for investment properties or projects. And I think that he was doing something in Detroit, you guys. So DJ Envy is a daytime morning radio host. He does it with Charlemagne the God, a very, very popular show. And now it looks like he got himself hemmed up. And DJ Envy is typically the one who does a lot of preaching on the show, a lot of, I wish young men would do this, I wish ladies would do that. And look at what he has gotten himself in. So hopefully this is just a headline and it isn't true. Well, the multiple lawsuits are true, but hopefully he can, prove himself to be innocent in all of this. We will see, because that's not a good look whatsoever. But y'all can talk to me about that in the comments as well. Now let's get to what you guys came here for, okay? So the other day, Maurice Scott had posted this little message about his new Lamborghini. He said that he was grabbing lunch when three little brown boys paid, I guess the employees at his office, a visit. He said that the boys wanted to know who the owner of the Lambo was outside. And the person who told him the story or relayed the story back to Maurice said that they were just out there admiring it. Okay. And he said that when he came back in, he could smell that little boy smell or the outdoor smell. Because he was once one of those little boys who wanted a Lambo, and now here he is, okay? He said that he believed himself to be an inspiration, and that if anybody knows who those children are, let them know that he was once one of those little boys who wanted the car, right? So I don't know how much a Lambo costs, like $100,000, maybe a little more, depending on what kit you get, right? Well, child. Whew, the internet, the internet, the internet. People who watch the show and know, the characters or the cast members, they decided to jump into people's comments and pull some things out, starting with this. I guess a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks or so ago, Maurice made a post on Facebook saying, if you would be so kind to help his son with his teen goals. His son plays football. He said, I'd really appreciate your support, and here's how you can help. And then he gave a link to do that. And check this out. Miss Melody Sheree jumped in and said done, and she showed that she had made a donation of $350 raised, but I believe that she made an actual $300 donation, and Maurice thanked her for it. He said, hey, thank you for your supporting and coming through to support Monster and his squad, so his teammates. But baby, I don't know, that did not sit well with a lot of fans who believe that Maurice and Kimmy and Scott 1.0, that would be Letitia and Marceau, were talking about Melody at the pool after they had filmed in, I guess it was Houston the other week. So about 2 weeks ago, they filmed in Houston. Well, they said they were talking bad about Melody and how dare he ask her for money, or why is she giving him money? People had a little bit of a feeling about it. They were upset. And they even went over to Maurice's comments to let him know. Well, Melody too. This person said, Melody Sheree, wow. Mel, is this true? You are an inspiration and definition of class, because I'll have to get somebody else to do it. The Scotts and Kimmy was just sitting in the pool talking S about you. You're an amazing woman, Mel. Well, Mel didn't respond. At least not here. Maurice also was addressed here. The same person said, Maurice J. Scott, y'all are known scammers and frauds. So I hope the people of public money really goes toward the community. In her life FIFA voice is what she said. She said, karma is going to spin the block on y'all so hard. So I hope that you have your Lamborghini seatbelt on, because you're going to need it. And that's when Maurice responded saying, you can still support the team. So he's acknowledging, I'm assuming, the scammer allegations out there, but he's basically saying, listen, just because there's rumors about being a scammer doesn't mean that you can't support the charity, okay? I don't know. That was wild. He didn't say, listen, you don't know what you're talking about, or, he didn't deny anything. He just said, you can still support the team. I thought that was kind of interesting, but y'all can let me know what y'all think in the comments. Even Miss Vanessa had made this post to my Facebook group. Y'all can see it up there, DYANAROZAY Real Talk, and her name is underneath it. But she posted this, letting people know Melody has always been about charity. Y'all remember, I believe, season 6, this past season, first episode, Melody showed herself feeding people, the hungry, and also giving away turkeys and things like that. She had brought the cast in on it to help her out. This is her and Chris Fletcher. And then you can see that little sentence right at the bottom. She said, for those who need the reminder, she has always been about charity. That's just who she is as a person. She said that she gives back to her community and to the people all of the time. There is no question about it. And y'all can let me know what y'all think about that. But just in case y'all forgot, Melody still loves the community and the people, and she's going to help where she can and when she feels there's a need. So I thought that was sweet. In other news, just want to send condolences to, this is Giselle Bryant and her dad. Her dad's name is Curtis Graves, and he passed away at 84 years old. Y'all know that she said her dad was, she was a daddy's girl, and she brought him on the show a few times. He also is very important in his leadership with the civil rights movement. He had been a part of the Martin Luther King camp. So condolences to Giselle. And since people are going into the comments and saying things, maybe y'all can let her know that you are thinking about her on this day as well. And the last thing I would like to say is happy birthday to Miss Jackie, Dr. Jackie Walters. She turned 60 yesterday, I believe, and she had this amazing party. This is a beautiful dress on Jackie, very much reminiscent to me of the Diana Ross long gown era. I loved it. I thought she was amazing. Y'all can check her dancing and having a fabulous time on my IG and on my Facebook account. So make sure you go over there if you'd like to see any of those things. But this dress is amazing. And that is pretty much it, you guys. Talk to me about all the topics that we talked about today. And as usual, of course, I will see you on the next one, which will be tomorrow, okay? Good night, guys.